listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Dynamite in the Brain and Secret of the Sailor Madness. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne.
Hello.
It's Niall.
Howdy.
And it's me, Brian, who got through that without coughing. But won't get through the podcast without coughing because he's been in meetings today and he had to have a bit of a cough after a certain amount of talking. We are covering the episodes. No, in this episode, we are covering. I shouldn't divert from the text in front of me. Stick to the script at all times, Brian. In this episode, we are covering anime that aired the week of January the 6th to January the 12th, 2024, with the solitary exception of Akuma-kun, episode 9, Father. So that deadbeat dad who was mentioned at the start of the series, this is your payoff. Here he is.
He lives.
And he doesn't even have an excuse. Oh, amnesia. Yeah, likely story. All right, okay.
Loves demons, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I made a deal with the demon at the crossroads for massive talent in return for something. Turns out it's this small child's life.
This is a lot like that movie dude we met earlier in the series. So this dude did it for real.
Yes.
He must have been because he seems to have been a failed movie author, I guess. And he just copied a fucking movie, basically.
He's in hock to the Yakuza. So you got a killer script, otherwise you're gonna break your legs.
And a lot of it is just the characters, I guess, not really figuring it out, because Akuma-kun, I assume, has him like that. But just like, I need to get all the details out. We need to actually go to the Yakuza and goes like, so how much did he owe you guys?
Yeah, well, kind of much like Mio was saying. Like, Mio was like fun saying, he like left me before I was even born. She's glad to have him back though. She doesn't change, and she knows his guy's reasons, but she wants to hear him say it. And Akuma-kun fun saying, "Yeah, you know what? I know how you feel. I want to hear him say it as well. I want to hear his fucking reason."
So she essentially hires the lads to go like, all right, I need to find out his reasons. And even though Akuma-kun has cleverly pointed out, is like, she wants to forgive him. She's already forgiven him in her heart. She just needs an excuse to go like, here's why he deserves forgiveness. So yeah, we'll take the case.
Yeah. To tape a script back together. And in regards to, he's been kind of wandering around. He's been like, he had to keep moving, because he's getting chased by something, man. Getting chased by something. It's pretty scary out there. He's pretty, pretty fun, twitchy. Yeah, it's supposed to be this weird word for him. He's seeing stuff he's watching in films, but to tip the script back together, and basically Rebecca forced him to read it because he's afraid of why he wrote. Why he wrote under the influence of demonic possession or power and like that. And it's just too much to bear for him, under pressure too much, and then the demon Legba balls comes around out of the woodwork.
Yeah. So thinks he's got it. He wants his payment in return for the script, but it turns out that the contract was never fulfilled because the dad never wrote the end on the script, so therefore it's not a completed script. So therefore,
like very neat, like genie wish type technicalese, kind of like technically it has to have the end at the end of a script. So he didn't write that, and I've just torn up the script again. So contract not fulfilled. And he was like, give me what I want. And
I want it though.
At this stage, like as an audience, like he hasn't used his soul as a thing to ante up. Like it's revealed at the end, obviously, with Akuma. It's like, you put the kid's life or presumably soul on the line for it. Which was one of the things he was going for. Is like, I can't be a piece of crap dad who just runs the cinema. I need to write the greatest movie ever, or my daughter will never respect me. And then you sold her soul to the devil so that she would respect you, I guess. Well.
Well, sold her soul.
Yeah.
That's the.
Sorry, I put that wrong.
Yeah. That's why he's running away. Is because he thinks he can't trust himself not to write the end on that script.
Because it's a banger. It's a good script, presumably. I mean, like, it was demonic put in, so generally, your music's going to be real good if you sell your soul for musical talent. Your script is going to be real good if you sell it for script writing talent. So, yeah.
And Akuma's like, yeah, this is just like dads. This is how all dads are like.
He has a little bit of change now, and I think it's kind of been happening over things. It's like he's kind of like berating your man. It's like, hey, prove me fucking wrong. Prove me wrong about dads. I fucking dare you. I really want you to prove me wrong about how I hate dads and how they're always out for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cutting how it leaves it off. He just walks off, and Akuma gunning off one. It's kind of like the cool headedness drops for a minute now, and he's shouting at one saying, "Just gonna walk away like that." It's kind of like that one episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where we're just gonna leave it off like this. No fucking hugs and learning lessons. It's just kind of, he's kind of hang with this now. You gotta listen to the fucking Mio phone crying on the steps of the flat like it's this. And there's good acting there because that crying was really like getting me fun, saying, "Ah, shit, that poor little creator."
Yeah, I did check out the dub, and that character is the weakest in the dub. I didn't check it out for this episode.
Did they do the standard like Western dubbed anime little girl where it's like, I'm a little girl, I'm obviously a grown woman talking in a higher register? It's like, fucking just get someone who can talk like a kid.
It's not even that. It feels like an adult trying to do like a Charlie Brown child voice.
Right, yeah. I can see why you go with that, because she gives off like she gives off I'm mature and know everything that's going on vibes, where it's clear she is a small child, like this episode and the last episode with her and her friend. Like,
she's 5 years old.
Yeah, she's again, she like very mature for her age, but like is a very small child, basically. Yeah.
Is there a counter? Is there a counter for like how long like a series about like dealing with demons and things like that? No, is there a counter for like how long until they reference Robert Johnson?
Yeah. I guess it's one of the big hits to kind of go over.
But it's a good story.
Did X-Files do it? I think X-Files did an episode on that, didn't they?
That seems like their MO. Yeah.
They got everything else, so that's bound to factor in, right?
I don't think I've watched X-Files since it aired, so
it's one of those things I keep meaning to go back to. Like it should have been a I guess a lockdown watch or something like that. But I guess it's something you can still go back to, and then probably drop out exactly the same time I did decades ago.
Yeah. I've put it up on channel 4. I've been watching it myself there again. So I've been hopping around it. I do the greats. I do Tombs for us. Sweet and to the Vet. That freaked me out when I saw it on telly. But there was some cool ones in there. It was like fucking Tony Todd, the Candyman. It's like this like dude from Vietnam who got experimented on to get psychic powers to kill in your dreams, but now he can't sleep, so he's very intense, like Tony Todd is one of these. Like I know kind of cool guest stars hopping around as well.
Then on to things this week. Detective Conan, episode 1109. Takagi and Date and the Notebook Promise, part 1. You thought you'd escaped those dead cops from the Police Academy series.
No, you forget they could have written things down that would matter in like how long ago was that? Like a year?
A year ago. They established
this is an ongoing case, basically. I was just like, it's still relevant though, his notebook. Yeah.
Yes. They were the two Wataros. So yeah, the kids they've just been to visit the professor in hospital from where he got stabbed, shot, whatever it happened to him last time.
He got shot in the leg or the arm or something, wasn't it? Which is good, like that he has this very slow recovery, but it's only made slower by the inclusion of filler.
Yes.
And as they're wandering home from the hospital, they happen upon crime, because this is Baker Town and it is crime fucking filled.
Yes. After Ai has assured the kids that she's not afraid anymore. Because I like how the real kids are worried about the 18-year-old who's turned into a child.
Because she's had a bit of a knock, like she's been very scared of nothing they know about reason. Obviously, Conan knows she's scared of being assassinated again by the assassins, that kind of thing. But she's like, no, I'm doing better, Conan. Don't worry about it. It's like, is that a criminal running towards me with great purpose? Oh no. But
I noticed the opening got the kid in the glasses who was like the first. Here's a teenager who's suspicious character before. The Sami Seren did it a bit better. I forgot what his deal is. I looked it up the other week. It's his sister is undercover in the Black Organization. I think she still is.
She's their man on the inside kind of thing. Yeah,
she's the CIA agent. She's the CIA's man on the inside. Of the
God. Further, because she's obviously more relevant now, because that was nearly revealed Recently, I say recently, it might have been last fucking year for all I fucking remember. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Hmm.
like, oh, so maybe he's coming back at some point. He should come back by the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're investigating this note because they're arresting this guy. He has to write the time in because his partner's going, you're going to forget, we're going to go for lunch, you're going to forget what time we arrested him, you got to put it in your notebook.
She's a consummate professional because, I mean, like, not only did she, like, in the pincer movement, judo flip the criminal. I don't know what the criminal did. They never really get into that, but
He's a serial robber. He's a serial shoplifter, I think, or something.
He's definitely some nasty guy because he was willing to, like, run through some kids, like, out of my way, kind of thing.
I think it's a store robbery. I think he's using a knife to hold up stores. I think.
Oh well, yeah, that's a violent crime then, so it makes sense for these guys to be on it. But yeah, she kind of like, write it down because you'll only forget to write down the time we arrested him later on. And it's like, I'll write it down in my old buddy's notebook. It's like, oh, there was that code he wrote in the notebook that I forgot about, and I was like, you still have the same notebook from like a year ago? How much, like in Baker Town, how much crime are you really writing down about? Come on, that seems a bit.
I'm going to guess he's got multiple notebooks.
Yeah, he just happened to pull that one out. Yeah, sure.
Or normally she writes it down.
That could be the thing. Yeah. She's trying to get him in better habits.
Yeah, and we see a flashback of how he died picking up this notebook. He wasn't paying attention as he was.
That's how he he wasn't like killed in a bomb or anything. He's just like, hey, kid.
Two of the others blew up, but not him.
He's remembering the day of the events like it was yesterday, and it was what was it? It was like they were on some crime. He was like he saw some code at a thing. He was like, oh fucking hell. He's like, hey, meet me at this place tomorrow. I'll make a man out of you. And he's like, oops, I dropped my notebook, and then like oncoming traffic like fucking takes him out basically. It was just like, oh, it fell slightly off the curb, and this guy was reckless driving and killed him. I was like, not a cool way to die for a guy who went around with the pick in his mouth the whole fucking time. But
he'll leave a beautiful corpse.
Yeah, it's not a pick. It's a lollipop. Because remember, his dad told him he should use a lollipop and not a pick. Like
because it's you don't want to set a bad example for the kiddies and shit.
Yep. Yeah, old Papa Telly. That's what he always told me.
I mean, like, it was basically like a Popeye situation. It was like, oh, he doesn't smoke the pipe. Don't worry about it. But it is still the cool guy thing that didn't save him from oncoming traffic. But and your one's kind of like, wait, he said make a man out of you. Were you going to the titty bar kind of thing? He's like, no, I don't think it was anything about that. And Conan's like, no, this is about an ongoing crime. It's like, what?
Well,
yeah, solved the riddle.
They're discussing the code, and of course the little kid goes, can I have a look at the code? Yeah, well, it looks very complicated code. Are you sure? And they pass it to him, and he's like, oh yeah, this is a business address and a time to meet. That's like,
okay. It's basically like, because it starts with like, what's it, hash S, and then ends in star. It's basically, you could type this into a phone and it would message, like type this into a phone.
Yeah, I think I've seen it in Japanese adverts and not understood what it was, and now I do because Conan's explained it to me.
Yeah, where it basically sends through, like, even like a payphone or whatever, any kind of phone. You type this in and you can send it to a mobile phone, then it'll come up as a message. Like, it'll turn from numbers and shit back to speech or back to text. That's it. It was just a very simple code, basically.
It's the cafe right next to the offices, detective offices, where the secret agent works in disguise.
Poirot. I couldn't think of the name of it. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Poirot. Yeah. So they all go to Poirot, and then the rest of the episode is them sitting in the cafe trying to figure out what's happened and what has happened.
Like, most of them are children going like, eat, because like, your one is promises like, oh, the detective here is going to pay for your meal, kids, order whatever you want off the menu. He's going to look in his wallet like, I got a detective salary. That's not good. But also you have this busybody cafe guy going like, I think what you're looking for is here, and your one's kind of like, you're fucking awful knowledgeable about codes and criminal things and shit like that. And he's like, it's just stuff you pick up running a cafe. And it's like, do I know you from somewhere? Absolutely not. Nope. There's no place you could know me from, like Police Academy or anything. Nope. No way, Jose.
Yeah, they're constantly asking Azusa things like, do you remember this? It was probably a year ago, so you might not remember this. And essentially,
and then she does.
Yeah, because a lot of the things happened quite recently, it turns out.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, was there anything weird happening here maybe a year ago? It's like, what about last week? It's like, yeah, that would be good as well.
It's been a rough fortnight for the city.
So your clues is that there's she found a was it a Game Man 7 or whatever?
Some fake handheld console.
Yeah, that had been taped underneath the table that the message told you to sit at. Then also found a paper bag. And
there was like a line drawn on the seat, and it's the seat, the window seat facing the road, and there's like a line drawn at like a 45-degree angle against the seat and the exterior wall. And it's just like, so the guy would have came with the cash, opened up the briefcase, the money's all here.
So we haven't figured out it's a kidnapping yet, because the other thing, that's the kidnapping. She goes, but the one thing I do definitely remember is the blonde-haired kid who makes gestures every Sunday lunchtime at me from the car.
Yeah, he's this cute little kid. He comes in, like, obviously,
he doesn't come in.
He doesn't come in. He specifically doesn't come in. He's parked outside, and he does this thing where it's like, thumb in, fingers closed over thumb, and Conan's like, that's the Canadian like sign language version of help or something like that. I can't remember what the specific.
It's like an international symbol for
yes,
I'm in danger, which came from Canada. As Canada has to give you a little history lesson as well.
Yeah.
Did you?
She's like, I just thought it was cute. I didn't know he was in trouble. Shit. He's been coming here for weeks, for a year. This kid has been kidnapped for a fucking year.
She's noticed him for 6 months. Yeah. So then Takagi has to go dredge through his memories about anything involving a blonde kid. He remembers Date patting a blonde kid's head, and so there was Alan Cassell, a 7-year-old boy, was kidnapped a year ago. The son of a vice president of a car company, I think.
Yeah, some big wig, yeah.
And there's another case where a guy got into a fight with a drunk and was hit on the head with a beer bottle.
It was basically like the guy they
assumed
was related to the kidnapper, or was doing the kidnapping. They were like tailing him, and basically some drunk assaulted him, bottled him on the head, and killed him. And it's just like, well, I guess we're not solving that kidnapping. But that's when he noticed the code in the phone booth where the drunk assaulted him, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna make a man out of you tomorrow. Here we go. And it was the man out of you, obviously, was like, I'm going to get you to solve your first big kidnapping case. But the poor child has been kidnapped for a fucking year. And oh shit, it's like the time on Sunday where he appears to fucking say, help me, please, restaurant, help. I've been kidnapped for a year. Please help.
So we've got to get the driver out of the car. How are we going to do that? And then Conan comes up with a plan. It's like, okay, you got to follow everything I say next week on next week's episode. I'm a genius small child. Yeah, the diagonal line, as you say,
diagonal line is where the suitcase sits, and then you can look at the money under, like, just underneath the table, throw your jacket over it, put the money in like the paper bag, and like return the case going like someone left their case behind. There's a complicated way of doing this.
It was basically, you wanted to look like you're putting the money in the paper bag, but what you're actually doing is putting it behind the case.
Yes, yeah.
And then a second person, then you take the paper bag as the kidnapper, leave. The kidnapper's cohort will then come in, put his coat over the case and the money, and then pull the case out from underneath the coat, hand it in as lost property, and then go back to sit down, putting the money into their own bag that they've come in.
Yeah. It was a very complicated way of transferring the money that they thought was very cool, and I was like, I don't see how this helps us save a child from being kidnapped for a year.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what they're gonna do, but the preview makes it sound like there's more complications to come.
Well, they have not touched at all on the Game Boy 7 or whatever the fuck it is, so I'm guessing there's another code in that, and one of the kids has a charger for it. I was hoping for the kids to go like, the Game Boy 7. I remember when we used to have that back in the day, because it's like game consoles move very fast. Yes. That is a defunct one.
Because
they have a charger for it and everything. Yeah.
because this is the New Year's episode, we get these 5-year-old children or whatever they're supposed to be thanking us for 28 years of loyalty to the show.
Ever.
Yeah, very fucking funny. It's just like, oh, thanks, we've been on the air for this many years, and the comic's going for this many years. Hooray! And it's just like, how fucking old are you children? Grown
6
men
or
at
7,
this stage.
apparently. I'm saying that, yes, but yeah, it's like if it passed in real time, Conan would be twice as old as he was when he got turned into a child.
Yeah.
That was Conan this week. It did not look good. It was pretty grotty looking in terms of animation. But then again, nothing exciting happened physically because it was a lot of talking.
A considerable portion of them sat in a restaurant. Yeah.
I mean, right at the end, they did find a dramatic angle of putting the camera over everybody's heads and looking top down onto the table.
Yeah, you would presume they'd have a bunch of like built-in dramatic angles in Poirot, because like we're going to set a bunch of things there at some point.
Yeah, I wonder if in the comic, how much of it's close-ups where I'm just drawing a background, and
that's true as well. Yeah.
And therefore it moves a bit quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got One Piece, episode 1089. It's young whippersnapper.
Right.
Entering a new chapter, Luffy and Sato's paths. We get our new opening, which is the best opening One Piece has ever had.
Not including the song that they'll harken back to, the first song that they'll harken back to at every stage. I did check out how they depicted Luffy explaining to everyone his dream, and they kind of just like cut away to the ocean, and you get like an a cappella version of a few of the opening lines. I was like, oh, that's nice. Okay, that's how you're going to do it. So they will harken back to that one, but this one is beautiful, obviously. Yeah.
Right. Kept that circle motif from the last one in there, too.
Yeah. It's a good motif for it because it's kind of like, like globetrotting, circular. We're coming back around. Remember all that shit that we set up? That too. Yeah.
The first half is a lot of like recapping the state of the world. We get Morgan's doing some of that recap.
Morgan's doing some of that recap, going like, brilliant, everything's fucked. This is great for news.
Taking the subscriptions.
Savo getting in contact with the revolutionaries to let them know that he wasn't the one who killed Cobra. I'm going to take a very long time warming up to telling you who did.
It's so shocking. Listen, I need to set the scene for you in this fucked upness. All right, let me just. All right, so I was at the fucking Reverie, right? Remember when I was at the Reverie when I wasn't supposed to be as a revolutionary, and I saw shit that I shouldn't see, and the government has tapped into his snail and going like, all right, okay, all right, ship that's listening in on him, hang the fuck up now, right fucking now. You didn't hear shit, all right? Hang the fucking phone up. I'm the fucking one of the world government leaders. You got to do it. They're like, okay.
We're going to blow the island he's on up. And then in the second half, it kind of switches to a style more closely similar to the opening credits as we go back to Luffy and the crew sailing through a winter sea.
A very choppy water. Yeah.
And then, oh my goodness, they're going to be swallowed by a giant mechanical shark.
Goodness.
And there's some other weird sides as well, wasn't there? Like water heading upwards due to temperature difference.
I mean, like that's one thing of like the one weird science, but we also have the weird science of like people going about their day on an island where a revolution recently happened, and someone's making a very illegal phone call from. And it being eliminated with lasers, and there being a giant hole in the ocean where that island used to be. I was like, this is a lot of weird science happening.
And a small child shows up who they have to rescue, who you may recognize as Jewelry Bonnie.
Jewelry Bonnie, one of the few worst generation we've not seen yet. Rogue, your time is nigh. You're going to be in it any fucking time. You're going to be relevant so soon. I could feel it.
Yes, because I realized the Sky Island that Enel and his guys come from
Hmm.
is named after a Viking trading post. So I wonder if that Sky Island is above or near Elbath, and will somehow get all that taken care of in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
So he can show up for the Elbath arc.
What's his deal? Yeah.
Well, yes, what's his deal?
They've been kind of good at folding endings, you know, particularly
Yes,
like, you know,
that's the
this
thing.
is a bit of a transitionary kind of arc as we kind of found. We're getting here now, but we're not going to be here. It feels like over long. They're actually looking to get out of there right now. But I think it's kind of using that wisely because it's fun. It's drawing in some way things like that. You know, this is kind of one of them. What's been going on in the papers now while we've been sequestered on an island? How has the rest of the world been going to Epstein with head in a handbasket?
We also get a new addition to film time, and also because we're going to get to the 20th anniversary of the show soon, and people watching it weren't born when it started. We get some explanations of important characters from Robin and Chopper.
I mean, like, it's I always like interactions between those two because it's always very cute. But it's just like, that's right, Chopper. Kobe is an important character and will be continuing to go forward. If you're watching the Netflix one, we're just gonna like keep you knowing that don't worry
Stay
about
tuned.
it. Yeah.
Next week's episode you could miss if you've read the comic because it looks fucking awful.
Okay. Well.
How much opening cost? We wouldn't bet the company payroll on that.
Unless somehow, like, at least one of the artists working on it, you look at the One Piece women's characters and think, those boobs aren't big enough. In which case, you'll be satisfied by.
Can we make them like longer and wider in that one specific part? Because that would be
a cartoon. Yeah. It's about exaggeration with the features.
It's a little out of control on that episode.
Okay.
In just like I can't draw the characters properly sort of way.
Yeah. Presumably budget saving for some of the cool shit coming, but yeah.
Well, yeah, they're just allocating talent is probably
exactly. Yeah.
There's more important things to draw in the following episodes, many of which is in the opening. As people are complaining that there's too many spoilers in the opening again.
Oh, fucking
have you
fucking watched anime before?
Yeah.
Ever, you know? Yes. Particularly ones that are adapted onward in comics, you know?
Yes.
Meant to entice, intrigue.
It's entice, and also it's to get people like us three who've read the comics excited when we see these things in the opening.
Oh, brilliant. I'll hop back into it like we're literally doing now. We're just like, let's check it out. We know what's fucking going down. We are many chapters beyond where it's going down now, but won't it be nice to see it animated? Won't it be nice to see it
in color? It really brings across the fucking, like, you know, cell shaded jet set radio nature of the future costumes.
Yeah.
Then we got Mashal, Magic and Muscles, episode 13. Mash, Burn Dead, and the Divine Visionaries. This thing I almost forgot to watch and kind of rushed through it just before the podcast started. So the gist of it is they have a party in the first half, and in the second half they put Mash on trial for crimes against magic.
But the first bit is just like, you know, where it's like, oh, here's all the characters you met last time. We're having a big party together. Even the villains of that aspect, who are all here now.
Which is like one of the best fucking parts of it, where they're just like, hey, we're here to celebrate too. And we're not here to start shit. We're here to party. And it's like, also, we will fuck you. If you fucking win at cards against my fucking boy here, I'm gonna fucking murder you. It's like, oh Jesus, it's not a party. And obviously it's our, I guess, point of view character freaking out about this entire situation.
Yeah, and it's like an Abe with this guy's fur coat. He's stroking his dolls. It's like, you know, what, the guards? Anybody with some crazy eights? Anybody? No? I got a board game back in the room. I'll go get it. It's just like, you know, he's here, like, you know, he's not, he's still so intimidating, but
he's also
actually an okay dude
at a school. Yeah, he's still a guy who likes cards and board
games. He's pretty all right, actually.
I was worried initially. I was like, are they gonna have the fucking cool rap? Then they had that fucking great intro, and then the rap does come in later, and I was like, okay, we're good. We're all good. Fantastic.
Intro though, it's something else. I love how it looks. Love how it looks. You know, that big, like, kind of yellow thing with the kind of plastic and colors and material. It looks really nice. But I was just like, it really gets into it. I'm just like going, nodding the head. It's just like, yeah.
That's another one I'm gonna have to add to a playlist as well because it's
Top of the
a banger.
season, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But nonetheless, the rumors not been quashed. She gets out. So like, oh, we got a magic girl at school. But she lets one. Look at it. He hasn't got any magic.
I did like how
Look,
they initially
everybody.
resolved that thing at the end of the last season where it's just like, hey, that guy can't do any magic. I saw him punch his way out of the situation, and basically all the kids went over. It's like, no, you didn't. He magicked it. He like they just berated him until he's like, okay, which was great. But obviously the rumor has spread, and there's one guy with a atrocious pompadour, like that has to be held up with wire or something, who's like, I'm gonna fucking prove it. I'm gonna let everyone know that this kid doesn't do magic, and he's kind of poking into their party. He's like, oh my god, the most intimidating baddies in the school are in this fucking party. I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm in danger. But the not the parents, the teachers have been let known, so Mash is in trouble with the law.
Hauled in front of a judge.
All in front of the judge, and the first of our well, it's literally the name of the episode.
Divine
Visionaries.
Yeah, the first of our divine visionaries shows up, goes like, "All right, kid, show me what you got. Light that candle, if you got magic, or if you don't have magic, and I'll let you go."
Light the candle without touching it.
Without touching it. Yeah.
It's like, oh, this boy is taking out his wand, but he hasn't got magic at all. He's like, what's he doing? What? And it's just doing the whole thing, the authoritarian figure. No, I'm very intimidating and very stereotypical, and saying, wait, what?
But the internal dialogue was like, wait, can he do that?
He's like, not allowed to do that. He's just like rubbing a stick between his hands, making a picture off a stone floor. Is made a tornado of flame. He lit the candle and probably a lot of Arlington room on fire as well.
And so he's like, so I can go home now, right? We're all cool here. All right, I'm gonna bounce. It's like, no, you still lied and said you could do magic and went to magic school, and you still can't do magic. Like, two things which are illegal: lying and saying you can do magic, and not being able to do magic. Those are illegal things in our world. And I like it. Just it's a standard match. It's like, who do you think created this world, boy? And it's like,
I don't know, some big shot.
Some big shot. It's like it was God. God created this perfect world, and you spit in his face with your existence. And Mash is like, okay, it's just the standard fucking the hits that you want of this fucking dumb, very funny character.
Oh, speaking of spit in the face, the pompadour kid, who was trying to fucking get, trying to fucking rumble him there. Then all of Mash's like scary friends turned up. It's just like, lads is here fun saying, oh lads, you're fun top of the class. Whoa, fun saying, I had no respect for you at all. No respect for you at all, no. And it's just like the spit flies him off screen and lands on his face. It's just, oh.
That was Dodd. I think that's the only thing he's done, because he's wrapped up like a mummy from being entirely injured, it seems.
I don't think it was Dodd, because he's wrapped up.
He's just spitting inside his mummy wraps, and I was like, is that the only thing he managed to do the whole episode?
It's funny, I think, if Lance did it. It's just, I don't respect you.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
But there were some harder cases who just walked in the door. The other divine visionaries, we get all introduced to them. We're only going to really know about two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was looking at them, I was like, all right, remember you. Don't. What was your deal?
You have a long time to wait for some of them to do anything.
It's mostly Arthur. He does things by the book. A little bit too by the book. So if the book says you gotta kill this kid, we want to kill him.
Yes, and Rio, who's the first guy who's here, who's the flashy guy who's kind of on Mash's side.
Like he's impressed with his moxie and gumption, and he's basically, you're the most moxie and gumption guy here besides me, Mushroom. And in my
opinion, as this world's foremost magical hero and handsome man, I think it is the opinion of the school that you should be given a full pardon.
Yeah, he keeps going on about how fucking great he is. This is the guy who sees himself as the main character in the story, where he is not the main character, but it is funny how he goes on and on about it. Yeah.
But then the judge gets possessed by a magical parasite to send a message from Innocent Zero that
Innocent Zero,
to them.
That guy that the enemy from the last arc said is like, hey Mash, Innocent Zero is going to target you, and Mash was only listening to the plot because he was stuffing his face with cream puffs, and that's the only reason he will listen to any plot, because there is a plate of cream puffs for him to eat in the scene.
How are we going to get the parasite off him? It will attack powerful magicians, and that's all we've got in this room right now.
Oh yeah, if you try and pull it off, sir, it'll attach to you, and like it'll eat your magic and like breed in you, and it's just like, if only magic wasn't the rule and the only thing in the world that we could do it. Mashal's like already pulling it off, even though your man's like, I will pull it off as the bravest, the most handsome. Oh, Mashal is doing it. It's like
he's eating it. He's eating it.
It's eating
he's
him.
spitting it
He's
out.
eating it.
He ties it in like
balloon dogs
with his tongue,
Yes.
it's very because the tongue is one of the strongest muscles in the human body. You know, as we learned from tongue and the tick. You know,
We switched
easily
from
crush you.
the judge being the point of view character going like, can he do that? Is that allowed? To some random fucking kid who Mashal's like, who's that fucking kid? He gets 2 introductions. That's how important this character
Very
is.
sure.
Just some guy who happened to be there, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, Mashal, were you not listening to my friggin' my explanation of what that magical parasite is? And Mashal's like, not really. Like, I'm just kind of doing my thing. So I can leave now, right? And man's like, no, you're getting executed. It's like, what if I jam my feet into the stone floor? Then you can't move me, huh? You can't take me to be executed if you can't move me. And it's like, are you a fucking child? It's like, technically, yes, I am a child. This is a children's school.
Yeah, he's being really fucking impotent right now, but he did that cool delivery earlier on. Well, the world is saying that people I shouldn't exist. Maybe I should teach the world a bit of manners with my fists.
Yeah. So, will Mash be executed in the 2nd episode of season 2? I guess find out next week.
Very short season if that's the case.
It's a good for it. I think it's like it's coming back in. It's giving you all the big hits with Cav. I think sharpened up his finesse to some things as well. There's little bits like this kind of it was cracking me up. There's him saying, who's to create the world? I know some big shot. Getting that kind of dryness and fun delivery down is fun and critical. And that's the way, like, you know, all of them are fun saying, "Yay, we beat the bad guy! Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!" It's a very half-hearted cheering that will.
I mean, the bad guys are also there at the party, at the after party, so it can't be too rubbing it in their face, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, they really felt like they added to that party scene, and I'm all happy for that.
Oh yeah, like increase the jokes with more of its kind of sardonic humor. Yeah.
Yes, they didn't show Mash remove the parasite, and then after the break, have the narrator explain how Mash removed the parasite. But more on that later. Then we got High Card, episode 13, Nightmare. All your favorites are back.
With a K.
It is Caution Team. Yes, maybe I'm the only one old enough to remember that reference.
Oh, you mean the game show? Right. I knew about, but I never watched it. Didn't get it on my channels.
That's what Traeger used to say to the kids who were playing the game when they're about to walk off a cliff. Because the guy that got... There's a guy with a helmet on who can't see the area and basically walking around a green screen with people in LARP costumes playing annoying characters, and then his 3 schoolmates would be guiding them,
controlling him as a video game character. Yeah.
Go left. Oh no, right. Oh no, getting their lefts and rights mixed up and sending them off the edge of a cliff. Yeah. Does not happen here, but Caution Team would also be a word you could say, phrase you could say in this series. So the prince has been assassinated by
previously on High Card.
Yes. What's the mob called?
It's Pinochle and
the Klondike family.
Klondikes.
Yeah. And so the head of Pinochle has been called to speak to the king to discuss retrieving all the cards as quickly as possible and then severing them from their owners.
We got to do this by the coronation. We got to get as many as fucking possible before the coronation. That's very fucking important. We're on a time schedule now. You've been really fucking slow on this, honestly. There's like, what, 50-something cards? I don't fucking know. There's an amount of cards in a deck. There's not that fucking many. Come on.
They're in a big rush for this now, but this... And they're rebuilding the orphanage, so like, you know, Finney goes and has a little kind of tete-a-tete with, like, the guy, his foster dad, about his mysterious past and how you were like, was his family, and they were like, associated with the royal family. But then, like, someone burst into their house at night and found they just destroyed them and killed them all. And all the thing, I had this one car which was left with you with a little boy, and you were that little boy. So they're in a big rush to kind of get like these cards out. And I suppose these cards are really like missing in this story, like that big deck from the Royal Castle, like a couple of months ago at this stage of the story.
Yeah.
So they were never playing with a full deck to begin with, which must mean
Well,
that their remit as monarchs must be questionable.
Yeah, well, we know they didn't have them for the last Crown Prince being in power or whatever, because we had what's her name, who was living in the wilderness with her cool dog. Like since the last time the cards got loose.
She
with her
had
card.
one.
Yeah, a bunch of them have been loose.
Wendy had one. She's from the Ace of Spades. That's one you don't want to forget about. Like, it was passed down from like father to daughter.
Yeah, exactly. So they never, like you say, had a full deck to begin with, which is presumably the seat of royal power, because they keep putting the cards to this one wizard king who gets like all the powers or something, I presume, or some combination of them anyway. Yeah.
The cops try and find Van Klondike, but they walk into a trap and get blown up by the woman who stole the cards in the very first episode, and who I don't think we've seen since.
Her job is to show up, fill the entire area with bombs, and leave. Basically, seems to be her whole thing.
I thought the woman who stole the cards was that lady, but like the fucking, what could she move metal
Gravity
around?
Woman?
Gravity, even, yeah.
Yeah, she was there as well, but this is she was on the bridge where she fills the entire like front of a castle.
Oh, right. I just wanted a helicopter. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which again suggests that powers are outside before they stole the cards. Yeah, she plays them up. It looks like Greg might have died saving Sugar.
No! Like, because he's being like the cynical old guy. Is like, oh, as regular cops, we don't have to deal with cards. And then the room fills with bombs. He's like, get down! You know, he saves her life by knocking her down before he gets mostly blown up. And all the other cops in the room get blown up, yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff with Finn and Chris, where Chris is behaving like Finn's junior as he now after he got demoted at the last series.
I was grand with that. I was kind of annoyed with the whole. It's like, all right, we got to get the card that lets this guy fly. Everyone get new wingsuits for an exciting scene that we're not going to show. We're not going to show that scene, but then we do get a lot of him going like, "Yes, boss. All right, I'll sweep the floor. You got it. You got it, boss. You got." And he's like, "Stop fucking doing that. It's really fucking weird." It's like, well, technically, I joined after you now, so I'm the newbie. Just being a dick about it.
Then they've got to go and investigate a beast man in a park. And this is where we learn that presumably because of Chris's misbehavior with his cards last season, his card is not as powerful as it used to be, and his injuries don't heal as quickly as before.
Overuse of cards. Also, he did try and use the multiple card dealio, which you're not supposed to, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So they managed to. The Beastman turns into a Wolfman, and
into a Batman. Not a kind of Batman, a different Batman.
Yeah, an Ape-Man to run away, and then a Batman, and then a Wolfman. He's switching between things, yeah.
And then he gets killed by a Black Knight who shows up, which then eats his card. But eats his card by forming a giant mouth within his chest.
Yeah, it's that's a kind of pretty cool, pretty rad feature actually. I thought, it's a kind of the Black Knight, very mysterious at that point. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We see also when they go visit the palace, outside the palace is a giant statue of a very similar looking knight to this.
Yeah, you think you think Chris, when he's like, oh, I have this fucking recurring nightmare of there being a night that night when my house burned down and my parents died and that kind of shit. And it's like, you mean the one down in Trafalgar Square, like that kind of night? It's just like it's in the middle of fucking town. You can't miss it or whatever. Yeah.
It isn't Black Knight though. It's like it's hard to make the 1-to-1.
Doesn't have the glowy eye. Yeah.
I was 5. Leave me alone.
And then standing at the edge of all this happening in the woods are Tilt from the Klondikes, the guy in the sunglasses and the hoodie who I don't think did anything last season, and a woman who I couldn't remember whether we've seen her or not before.
I'm not sure myself.
Well, we saw a whole family at Klondike, and none of them did anything besides sit around the table that got blown up this episode. So now that the table's exploded, I guess they can do stuff. So
Yeah, I suppose the two who got killed. Yeah, it was at the big
Bobby Ball, who overcharged his cards.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I had a little one and the big one. They got taken out as well, didn't they? The big one definitely did.
yeah.
The magnetic woman. But yeah, he's I don't think Tilt's like acting. He's being very mysterious about his comments. So he seems to know something about this Black Knight and has pity for it. Why he's in this park? I guess maybe he's trying to get the card as well.
But that
Or
is
maybe
their
he's-
remit as well.
I guess.
They are trying to steal the cards as well before
Yes.
they're given back to the government.
And then we check in on everybody at the pub, where we've got Wendy drinking far too much, as per normal, and
She's the only one who
Chris-
orders like a beer at the pub, like basically.
yeah, and Chris getting his ridiculous extra ice cream on his float.
I mean, like, his powers do work on his calories, so that makes sense. Yeah.
It maybe thinks I better like bird start chugging some Mars bars here because no, this thing and my wounds aren't healing as quick as it used to.
Yeah, because he gets tagged by the man when he was a wolf at the time, and it's just like his Achilles tendon hasn't healed quite yet, so he's like, Finn, you better run after him. I'll catch up with you, kind of thing.
Yes, and Finn's not there with them because he's in bed
Thinking about things, man.
thinking about a Black Knight. And then we see Ban getting a phone call from somebody with another chap called Xenon, who has a beret and a snake tattoo.
And a very specific character design, probably his own unique suit. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, okay, you're an important guy now as well, I guess.
Yes.
What a nice young man.
No Who's Who. I'm hoping there's more Who's Who.
They'll come in, and I can see him kind of listed in on the cast, particularly the second season that Blitz Broadhurst will return.
Yes, because I like it.
I believe they're in the opening as well. So
he's the one sensible person in the series.
Yeah, and he treats his employees really fucking well, unlike all the other guys who employ superpowered card guys. So yeah.
Yeah, it was more hard card. No, high card. It is goofy. They still haven't put the cards on sale for me to buy. But I guess those would be spoilers if they did.
Oh no,
you're
you
not
wouldn't
gonna
want
figure it
that.
out. Yeah, you're not gonna figure it out from looking at it. I mean, like, I guess on the Beast guy's card, it had like claw marks on it. I was like, all right, that's like an animal one, I guess. But you know, for the most part, you're going to be like, it's going to entice you. It's like, ooh, I wonder what this one does. Hope something cool.
Like someone would want to know if makes a glove when you hold hands with somebody, you can't let go of them. Like, how are you going to infer that from fucking what's on it?
Yeah, it's more high card. Then brand new to your eyes is, unless you've read the comic, it's Sengoku Yuko, episode 1. We are those who lament this barbaric age, in which we meet a wandering warrior who's on his warrior's pilgrimage. That is, which character is that? There's Jinka, Tamara, and Shinsuke, and I can't remember which one's which.
Shinsuke is the samurai.
Okay.
Jinka is the sardonic, supposed monk or aesthetic dude, and Tama is the little one.
Gotcha. Yes. So yeah, he sees these bandits being taken care of by this blonde-haired girl and this older man with long black hair, and they use some sort of special powers where they basically summon fists. And so he's like, those guys are great. I want to beat bandits. I'm going to follow them around like a lost puppy. To the point when they turn around and go, why are you following us?
Want to get strong, want to get tough. These are the bandits we're looking for. I know where they are.
Yep. So they go find them, and then Tama explains to the bandits her socialist views and how everybody should work together for a better society. So lay down your weapons. You're going to be, when you're old, you're just going to be targeted by younger bandits, and he'll take all your stuff. So what are you doing playing a being bandits when you can try and make?
You gotta break this circle. It's capturing us all. The prison's inside your mind, man.
We've also
give us your wallet, girlie.
Yeah. This is after they get captured by the bandits. Shinsuke has explained that he wanted to take this bandit leader down with his helmet splitting technique.
Yeah, it was fun. Doobie's fun saying he's just talked himself up. But then he takes on another dude in the fun dude does it, and it's like, oh shit, he can fucking cut a helmet in two with a stroke. Wow, okay, he wasn't just bullshitting. All right.
So then he tries it on the bandit leader, and the helmet itself blocks it with its arms.
Static sword catch. The guy's helmet's alive. It's just from possessing some dude's body who might be dead.
Yes.
Trying to make some easy dough with these fucking bandits. Get them into shape. That robbing some stuff.
So they're gonna have to fight this. What do they call it? Is the Katawara?
Katawara in a helmet.
And so Tama gives her fox spirit powers. They've explained they're an ascetic sage and the fox spirit, and Shinsuke was not believing any of this. Also does not believe that Tama is the elder sister in this found family of the pair of them. But then when Tama lends her powers to Jinka and he turns into a giant kick-ass fox man, then he's kind of got to believe it.
I think I'll stick around with you a little bit longer.
Yes.
Just a little bit longer. Oh, you're staying at the same inn and the same. Oh, we're just going the same way. Oh, it's no big deal. Say, while we're here, maybe we can hang around and fight some monsters. Yeah, shut up. These monks are on about something right here. Yeah, and he's like stopped by his roadside then, and these like two monks are being told this way. Oh yeah, there was this one. This fucking monster on the bridge there, and one of like your own lads from your own order came by to try to take it out from. That was like, oh, he's one of the best. We got the good ones too. Yeah, fucking flattened him. So they gotta go get revenge for their comrade, and then the rest of the group won't say, this is something we should probably look into. Let's see what's going on, because there's the assumption that all these Katawaras, these spooks, are actually kind of monsters or some kind of bad yokes, right? But it's like, yeah. Is that the case? Is there a reason why they could be acting out or rampaging?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the one they go to investigate is called Shakugan, which at first looked like a giant rock with 4 legs, but then they see that it's got an eye on its back. It seems to be trying to say something as well.
Yeah.
And as the next episode's called Shakugan, I assume that that is the center mystery of the next episode. Also, if you look at the website, there's definitely something going on.
Yeah, well, that's because it's called Sengoku Yoku. There's probably some reason why it's being set in this time period. So will we get this case where all your favorites are back? Nobunaga, or I'm not sure when the Sengoku period is set. But
I see there's a character listing for Yoshiteru Ashikaga.
Ashikaga, okay.
The Ashikaga Shogunate. Also, but that might not be this setting, because this is a series which has 2 separate arcs with 2 separate sets of main characters, I believe.
Okay.
At least that's what the website led me to believe.
Yeah. Maybe it's going to rip up that whole paradigm again. Because this again feels like, we're feeling a bit like, it's like a TV show from another time, or it's going to be kind of won't be kind of gay. It feels like, I feel like I've seen this like set up before where there's like there's yokai or some shit, and there's like we can commune with spirits, and he takes on a co-form of them. He went with Shaman King, see other things that would like you want to commune with the spirit world, and you combine your powers together, and you're stronger together, and we'll bridge this gap between our peoples. But I think it's trying to just would kind of you sitting out of one saying, how about we don't fight? How about we fucking try and talk this one out? I know we killed your monk boy, but maybe like this thing on the bridge has got a reason why it's rampaging around. So maybe can we try talking to it or calming it down? No, probably not. All we do is just kill and kill again, and that's why we're in this warring states period.
And also, the other thing which makes it feel like a throwback is it's running for 37 episodes.
37. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's take it up on. Well, we know how long we need to do this with, so
It is, yes.
that's seems to be getting like a better script than the last Mr. Kami adaptation we had. Which that was the main worry going into this. It's grand. It's definitely better than that. We've had opportunities to show what it's got, but like I like this dude's stories, so I want to tell me another one.
It's like the point at which the hat blocks the attack, and you're like, okay, we're in for something interesting here.
Just for me, it was just like the young samurai dude. The thing he said he could do, even though he's fucking scary, his legs are shaking while he's doing it. He fucking cut that dude's helmet in two. He cut through solid steel, so he's got some ability.
Yeah. Then we've got Metallic Rouge, episode 1. Crimson is the sound of dawn.
Speaking of old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a little film I've heard of it called what's it called? Blade Runner 2049.
I thought you were just going to say Blade Runner, but yeah.
Or just Blade Runner, yes, that's why.
So we're
coming back
introduced to
again.
Rouge Red Star, who is working at a nightclub for a singer, but it turns out she's undercover because they're hunting down
replicants.
The immortal 9 of these. Are they called the Neens?
Neens.
Yeah, on Mars. Apparently, there was some sort of armistice a year ago. It's not. It doesn't go crazy with Philly. It just gives you like tiny little bits.
It
of
gives you
detail.
enough details. Yeah. As in, like, there's these people who look like people, but they have like a bit of circuitry shit on their faces, and
or they don't.
And they're treated differently as a societal underclass, etc. But it's just like, and one guy going is like, well, I can steal the magical juice that keeps them from dying, and sell it on the black market, and they can't do anything about me because of the Asimov laws. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm caught up, but I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but also his mate is like, I heard they're sent by aliens.
And the bartender goes like, fucking hell, man. You believe that fucking shit? What forums you been on? Come on.
The thing is, though, that might come up because we are on Mars. So
yeah, it's not the weirdest thing I've seen in this show so far, bartenders. Like, I'm not that against the idea, basically. Yeah.
Meanwhile, off to the side, there's a holdup of a lorry full of this nectar by a guy calling himself Joker.
What? No, he's not. It's not a holdup. I'm here to take care of you, man. He got the flu, so he sent me instead. And it's just like, all right. And he's tested the product. Oh yeah, it's pure. And it's like, hey, not only do we know he didn't send you, his corpse is right over there. We can see it from here.
Looks like you found the Joker. Ooh.
He's just been dicking around with a deck of cards the entire time.
Yeah, and then it becomes clear later on that he killed the people who surrounded him, but disguised as what do they call it? The Red
Gladiator.
The Red Gladiator. Yes, who apparently murdered a scientist before the series started.
And since he can disguise himself, you're like, was that him or was that the original thing he's pretending to be? Yeah.
Yes, because it turns up at the end that Rouge is actually the Red Gladiator.
She with a name like Rouge, can you believe it? What are the odds? Whoa.
She's taking her orders at first from a small blue bird who likes to go tweet, but turns out to be a human called Naomi Orthman.
She seems surprised by this revelation, even though we, the audience, are like, that's a remote control bird. Even though we haven't established that remote control birds are a thing, but it is giving her direct orders. And she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you got it, bird.
She just kind of rolls along with things.
Yes.
I understand. I guess like you're a robot or android or whatever you're meant to be, like, no, but you got this like real, like, I would say lackadaisical approach to everything. It's just like, oh, this is a bird like that. Oh, yeah, but she broke the like Asimov law, so I guess I gotta kill you. So, very like, oh dear, I gotta do that.
Her handler is essentially like using this bird to spy around town. She sees that her lounge singer boss is like, she's smoking the juice. She's juicing up. She's one of them androids. So, and at one stage she goes to one part of town, the bird gets sliced in two, and your one's like, Jesus, the fucking feedback from that is awful. But I'm grand. I'll meet her in person. And your one's like, hey, it's me, and she's like, who the fuck are you? It's like, it's me, the bird. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Remember? So like, okay, sure. Okay, that I thought it was a bird I was dealing with, but that makes more sense. It's like, did your robot brain break? And it's like, no, I wouldn't know if it did, basically.
Yeah, and so meanwhile, Joker had, before he sliced the bird, had gone to scare Club Singer by disguising himself as the Red Gladiator. I guess to try and bring her back under whatever.
Yeah, because she's one of the Immortal Nine. You know, you're running with our crowd. No, you trying to go
she's off
legit
doing
as a
her own
lounge
thing, yeah.
singer. Nah, you can't get out of this life. Not that easy.
Two of us. So I guess, is there anything? Well, were they the Immortal 11 and now they're the Immortal 9, or are they currently the Immortal 7?
See, that's the thing I was thinking. Like, they've already taken out two of them before the show started, and I was like, okay, you're just progressing along pretty quickly.
We just got the new letterhead done, and this happens. Gotta take better care of each other, lads.
But when Rouge shows up to fight, Joker's like, I'll leave it to you two. I'm out of here. Does not want any part of this. And he's got a different name as well. What's he called? Hell.
Jallo.
Yeah.
Jallo. Like yellow.
Yeah, I get it. He's like a jester, man. No, I don't get it. It's.
They have a fight. The fight involves Naomi telling Rouge to let her hit you a few more times so I can analyze how to beat her.
She's such a dick. It's really funny how much of a dick she is this entire fucking thing. We're just like, hey, if you let her hit you a few more times, I can analyze her attacks. And it's like, yeah, she's using like laser whip arms and she has blades on her arms. It's like, yeah, I figured that part out. Thanks. I'm good. I mean, she doesn't respond like that. She replies like, "All right, yeah, cool, thanks."
Just like take out your laser knife and to stab her like in the chest. I'll do it. Yeah, that wasn't like that's the usual plan. I think it was okay. Gotta do it this way.
She's very martial in her kind of like just like, yeah, okay, grand, I'll do it. Like in her, she's a badass in action and shit like that. But it's kind of like not really in the moment, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, they figure it out. They kill her. She gets a final death speech. Let's go on to the next one.
It's not quite a fucking like Tears in the Rain type situation, but I'm guessing we're gonna get one of those every fucking time. Because that would make sense.
It's very well made, but my overabiding feeling was I don't like it that much.
Yeah. Like it has, like I said, I don't know what the Asimov laws are, but I can fucking guess based off of the entire genre that it is. Like you have enough details to kind of get through it, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I like the designs. You're doing some cool animation with the attacks and how that works. But I feel like I've seen this kind of thing before, a bunch, at least a few times anyway.
Well, so I have seen this kind of thing before, but I haven't seen it in a long time. So I think I'm just
kind of thing, yeah.
Being pulled in by it a bit more than the near. I'm gonna like take a similar tack with another thing on our Slay the Witch and the Beast, which is also kind of pulling from a similar kind of contemporaneous period. If I'm saying, the first episode here, you're just kind of putting us in here with the premise of the thing. So I'm willing to kind of give it a little bit of a license here because we're just trying to kind of drop you in your phone and maybe leave you a little bit like in there. I'm actually enjoying this. Just kind of drop me in here, put a little kind of things in there. I'll put the pieces together and get a gist of what's going on, and you'll definitely like fill in those areas as we go on at a given pace. Like rather than being shown, this is how the world works, this is how the magic works, this is how fucking like everything is governed like that. It's like
it gives you enough to watch it and get how the fucking things work. I don't know how her laser extendo arms work, but it's just like I can see what they're doing, and I'm like, I'm good. I can do illusions. It's like, okay, great. I mean, now I know your deal, so that's grand.
I know. It's nice to have not just like I'm reading the fucking Wikipedia page of fucking like GDP or this fictional country. I gotta get that all off the way first before we can actually get down to any business.
I'm now looking at lists of anime set on Mars, and I think think there's more ones I don't like than I do like. So that
What
might
do you got
also-
against Mars, Brian? What's your big problem with Mars?
Three of them are three different versions of Armitage the Third.
A bunch of Cowboy Bebop
That
set
should
on
count as
Mars.
one. Come on. You're just stacking the charges there.
And two of them are different terraformers. Yeah, I'll probably check it on episode 2, but it didn't scratch any itch. Except it kind of made me, particularly like the setting, the way the setting looks. I was like, I've still got that DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 I need to finish.
Yeah, I mean, like, I enjoyed it enough that I will check out more and see, like you said, now if it improves on it. I wasn't that against it, but like you said, you haven't seen this in a while, so you're kind of like, I got a hankering for some fucking thing. And Brian has been seeing Cyberpunk a lot, so it's not really new.
It's also it's giving me violence. The violence is quite nice, and I like that. And I like
Yeah. The action direction is
the
quite
kind of
nice.
robot suits, so definitely kind of mechanical, but they're more like the fucking more like fucking tokusatsu suits, really.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
Fudo PI. Actually, the two ones that are designing it are like they did one Positive Kamen Rider with one ZRM and
That
a
makes
bunch of
sense,
other cool
yeah,
shit
yeah.
with cool effects and suits.
Yeah, that was the other thing where I was like, I'd kind of like to see their suits more in live action than they are here. I didn't think the action was very. That's the other thing.
Okay, I liked a lot of the camera work. It's just like we can do flips that you can't possibly do in a suit, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Again, this is the opening one. They're not gonna have the fucking full on like knockdown drag out fights like straight away. We'll get that in next installments at that. So
Hopefully, yeah.
although it doesn't take too long, get into those. Hope it doesn't
That's the
take too
thing,
long.
yeah.
It keeps me on the hook for it. We'll see how they get on.
Then we got The Witch and the Beast, episode 1, The Witch and the City of Blazing Red. Thankfully, I've not read the comic, because apparently if you read the comic, you're like, this doesn't look anything near as good as the comic.
Oh no. I thought it
It's
looked
got-
alright, which means that comic must be very pretty.
Yeah, I looked at
Hmm.
yes, it's got the Black Clover problem of they ain't never going to make it look like the
Yeah, I see. Okay.
No.
comic. So we've got, is it Guido and Ashaf?
Ashraf, yeah. A dynamic duo. They're, we both wear black. We both like this kind of very menacing aura about us. We're looking for a witch. Just want to talk to her. Nothing serious. Just want to talk to the witch. Well, you're in luck. There's one in town right now. She's fighting crime. She's fighting magic crime. Big monsters on the loose, and she's going to be a big superhero and stop it. There's like, yes, another criminal put away. So it's like, she's a real evil one. You won't silence me. It's like, oh, I guess he's pretty good. But these two, like, particularly Guido, don't trust this witch. Don't trust any witch, in fact. So I'm gonna go try and punch her, inciting the anger of the assembled onlookers here, because hey, she's super nice. She's like, done so much for the city. She's like our hero. She's our hero. She's like,
and also she literally just seemingly saved the city from a giant four-legged shark monster that was wandering down the street. So it's kind of like bad timing, guys. But timing does not seem to be her forte.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, there's the witch. Let's fucking get her. Is basically.
There's a young woman
thing,
that they meet at first who's just like, she's the apprentice to said witch, and it's like, oh, well, I won't have you disparage the name of my master like that. And once you roll up for the big party having tonight with all the other young maidens, there's nothing suspicious about this. You're not going to get in because you were very rude.
This is Ione is the witch, and she's treated as a hero because this is a city which once in the past was cursed by a bad witch.
Yeah, cursed to like a giant city fire, but she's really putting the good name back in witches. So she's cool, unlike that witch from the past who set the city on fire.
And loads of apprentices. She turns out, not just what's her name, but Mary is the girl. She'll say Guido is a short, blonde-haired woman described in English on the website as a fiery girl with the eyes of a beast. She hates witches and searches for one to achieve a specific purpose.
She has sharp teeth and swears like a sailor, like just constantly.
Shaft is permanently smoking and is carrying around a giant coffin.
He's not doing much, but he's never really getting far into the butt of that cigarette, so he must be constantly relighting.
But he
It's
gets
just Chris-
constantly interrupted, yeah. And also, you can let like crows out of his coat. That's some other places.
He's a mage of the Order of Magic Resonance who always carries a coffin. He is responsible for monitoring Guido and stopping her from going on rampages, as she is wont to do. He is an exceptional mage and is primarily assigned to witch-related cases. So neither of them are the witch of the title, except by the end of the episode, you're probably thinking, I think one of them's both.
Yeah.
Turns out, though, Ione, she's not a good witch after all. She's a bad witch. She's going to sacrifice all her apprentices to unseal.
What's the poor woman wakes up like, oh, what a nice party. Oh, I'm naked and my hands and feet have been cut off.
Yes.
That's bad. And your one's like,
well, you didn't do this.
I have legitimate reason. That evil witch from the past was actually my grandmother from 100 years ago, because I guess witches live a long time. It's just like, so she actually saved the city from being burned down, but everything was blamed on witches back in those days, so they killed her. And I'm gonna fucking set
Burn
the city
them
on
at the
fire
stake. See how they feel.
to show that they were wrong to call her a monster and call me a hero, because I'm gonna set the city on fire. It's just like,
I'm playing the long game.
all right. Okay.
So Guido and Ashaf show up, and Guido's like, "Give me a kiss," because there's three things. Apparently, there's two things which break the witch's curse.
As explained in the opening thing, like the kiss of a Prince Charming,
Yes.
getting the witch to like undo her spell, which witches aren't really inclined to do, honestly. So that's not a great one.
But it turns out there's a third one, which is to kiss the witch. Which Guido does, and then turns into.
Well, Guido's body goes like just goes limp, unconscious, and then what's inside that coffin? Let's see what you've won. It's a hulking Bruce with an armored face, and we're about to pound you into submission.
I was gonna call it like a Hulk that has like a bone face, basically, like maybe a little less big than a Hulk, yeah, but it has that vibe off it.
Yeah, and takes care of Ione, and
smashes her good.
Doesn't kill her. They arrest her. They explain they're taking her away to witch prison.
I mean, like, they did save all those girls, and they're all fucking witnesses now. Also, all those girls have their hands and feet back on, so magic, definitely magic.
You can save all of the girls. She had started the process by the time.
Oh, a bunch of them were dead.
Some of them are dead.
What I'm saying is, there's a bunch of witnesses there to the cops. Is like, yeah, she was trying to burn down the city by magic ritual. So get her.
But unfortunately, this is not the witch who cursed Guido, and so is forced back into the young woman's body, who I'm going to guess is going to turn out to be the witch.
Yeah.
We looked everywhere. It's always in the last place.
Where's that damn witch? Because every time she wakes up as the Hulk, as the Beast, to kill the witch, that's the witch there, the slumped over prone form where you're mostly trapped in. Yeah. Seems like that'll be the case, but how that's going to go and how that's going to...
You can't kiss yourself. Like, mirrors don't count. So how do you do it? Gotta give it one of these.
The secret service are in short supply.
Dear.
Ashaf, come on, buddy. You gotta step in here.
Is my sort of thing of specialists who show up to solve a particular type of problem that only they can take care of.
And also, oftentimes seem to be making the problem worse, a la your dirty pair type situation, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I guess I'm willing to give it like more license, kind of get it down, because there were some alarm bells in here, such as using footage from this episode in the opening credit sequence. It's just like, okay, that's always a red flag to me, anyway.
Yeah,
just something to keep an eye on.
Some things like to prime you with that, but yeah, I get you.
And it has this awful habit of when you've seen some action happening on, you're throwing like fireballs, you're making spikes rip out the ground, and we're about to touch in and punch you. You'll see the lead up and the after effect. You never see the follow through on anything.
Yeah,
it always just goes like a quick cut, and then like big flash, something like that, and then you're impaled. Let's stalagmite or stalactite.
You want to see the impact, like that is one of the rules of action.
Yes.
Shooting. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right, because looking at the other things they've made, Yokohama Animation Laboratory, it's none of these things people are saying you got to watch these shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's the effect as well. All the magic seems to be based upon like having cool tattoos. So Ash had before long ago, some crows, and then you see like you can see that the texture you've filled over there is kind of rotate there, and use that quite a bit. I noticed.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be
But-
one of the things to show that
So
they
again,
do magic.
Given license, everyone go do it from a television, go for this as well. Give us some kind of leeway
Yeah.
here and see, like, no, okay, forgot that you know what the gist, the setup is. Let's see what if it takes somewhere interesting.
And of course, in this case, there's always the comic.
See, that's the other thing. If you're just like, hey, this is good, but I'm not enjoying the show, maybe I should check out the comic, which is what a lot of these things do.
Whereas Metallic Rouge is like, if you don't like the show, that's it. You just don't like the show.
If you want to see more things like this,
Watch.
There's probably some movies like this. I don't know. Fucking give it a go. Yeah.
Watch a quarter hour of Blade Runner, and watch a quarter hour of a good Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like just keep doing that for the next 13 weeks, and you're all good.
Okay.
Then we've got Delicious in Dungeon, episode 2, Roast Basilisk, Omelette, and Kakiage.
They got a good haul out of this for the first one, which they keep using the bits of it, and that's the bit I like. Is that like just continue to do it. Oh, we say the leftovers from that start. We can kind of whip it up into something all different now.
We open with
things of good cooking.
Our half-elf magician dreaming of her mother feeding her monster parts.
A beautiful dream that turns quickly into a nightmare.
All your favorites.
Just like chicken legs sticking out of the stew, the nasty looking stuff, and then waking up going, oh, wait, I can smell from my dream. It's like, yeah, there's some adventurers over in that other tree cooking, and she's like, oh, that's sausages, that's regular fucking food. And then she's like, yeah, these fucking adventurers these days, it's all wine, bread, meat. It's like you gotta have full meals, and I want to fucking talk because we have not had all our vitamins and minerals yet. We've had very fucking basic.
I failed you as a mother.
Yes.
Fats are very important. You crave fats. Yes. That's why we're going to hunt monsters today. And your one's like, I don't crave fat. I crave sausages. I crave regular human food that isn't made of monsters. That's what I crave. And then she's like, yes, you crave fat. As a young growing elf, I understand. He's just not he's listening, but he's not listening to what he wants to hear, basically.
Also, his assumption that everybody's younger than him.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think she is, pal. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
Well, she's a half-elf. She might be. I think it's more pointedly.
It's actually more interesting. It's actually more interesting than that. You'll find that out much later.
Yeah. We'll get to that eventually.
So they're going to hunt a basilisk because that's part chicken.
Chicken and eggs. Fucking, that's a bunch of fucking meats, meals, and fats and healthiness covered.
Yes, and this is the type of basilisk that has got conflated with the cockatrice.
Like as your man's pointing out, it's actually the same species, but
which I like. I like that they point that out.
Yeah, it's nice. Like again, they've really put a lot of thought into the monster ecology, and in this case, it's like no, don't confuse it with a. They will later on, I think, hunt a cockatrice, which has different rules than a basilisk. So yeah.
Do a top of this one though, because it will kill you dead pretty easily. That you find some other party they got mussed up.
It's the same party who was eating sausages at the start of the thing. Yeah.
I was made the same mistake. You don't do it to any animal. You don't go near the mama's eggs.
I mean, they were specifically like time to steal the eggs, but the only one who's left with their hands in the cookie jar is Marcel. She's like, and the cockatrice is like looking at her with its chicken eyes and snake eyes. It's like, oh, sorry,
that's a different rule.
Basilisks, I did it just there, yeah. And so they were kind of watching from the bushes, like, yeah, she's in a lot of trouble. We should probably step in and do something.
Lions, go get her. It seems intimidating, but it's just like, well, it's got two heads. So if you come out from two different angles, you got confused because they're both going to want to act and going to trip over each other's brains. And then you can slap them both off. Using
the strength against it, you can't hit it from behind because it's got a head on both sides. But if you hit it from both sides, it's like both sides try to dodge. It's like both sides get the head lopped off. It's like, now we got a chicken and technically snake dinner ready. And eggs, obviously.
Actually,
So-
the chicken is the tail. The snake is the main brain.
The snake, it's actually a snake with a chicken on its butt, not a
Yes,
chicken with a snake on its
That's
butt.
in
Which,
that's in the second story when they're making the omelette. Yeah, they're like,
Mm.
why does it look like this? Like these chicken eggs. Um,
Hmm.
so
Mm.
then they need screaming mandrakes in the second part of the story to make this omelette.
I mean, they also need, they need a fully balanced diet. That's very fucking important because roast chicken, it's fine, but it's not a full fucking meal. That'll do for breakfast. For lunch, we got to get something a little fancier.
Well, it's like no
And
fun.
that's-
Oh, well, I've got healing herbs. We can use these. Everyone's saying, okay, just want just why can we cook with it? But no, this man is dying. Can we cook with it though? Yeah, I suppose.
Like
Yes.
I again the kind of thing of it, like this man is bleeding out from poison, and it's like, can you please help him? It's like, I wanted to use that part for cooking though. So essentially, it's like, can you cook it real quick and get him to eat it? It's like, we'll roast the chicken. It's
Roasted
fine.
shit. That's a fast meal there. A roast chicken. We're just gonna turn it over to spit for a couple of hours. He'll hold out. Look,
And again,
he'll be grateful for it. Like,
it's the
like
thing of him
medicinal
using
fried
his
chicken.
his equipment as cookery stuff. That really long handled axe he has, that works as a good rotisserie type situation if you just slam it right through that chicken body. And again, your man's like, oh, this raw chicken is delicious as he's dying from poison, and the rest of his party are sprawled out dead from the basilisk before. And I'm just like, there's no stakes. We'll get the revival on him. It's grand. Don't worry about it.
yeah, so the second part is the screaming mandrakes, where Marcel's like, I know how to do this. There's something in my when I went to magic school, they taught us how to harvest screaming mandrakes. All you need is a dog.
And she's
Um,
really obsessed with this thing because it's kind of like everyone's got a part to play, and except for her, she was like, "Can I help?" And they're like, No, you stay back because she's fucking everything up." Is what she's thinking. He's like, "But I read about mandrakes in my magic book. They're magical, and that's my fucking forte, as we've all fucking agreed beforehand."
yes, because if you hear their scream, you can die.
Hmm.
So you need to make. So what you do is you tie the top of the mandrake to a dog, and
A
then
loyal
pull the dog
dog.
towards you. Yes, which will
What
pull the
happens to the
mandrake
dog?
out of the ground and kill the dog. Which is why she's never tried it because she was sorry for the dogs.
Yeah, everyone is just like, dude, that's fucked up. Why would you train a dog to love you and then like have it get you one fucking mandrake? And she's also thinking, it's like, I've never been able to do it either. Fucking, I can't do it to a dog.
Here,
Man.
give me a go. I got a knife. Oh, well, it's a lot easier if you cut their head off before you put them on the ground.
Just
Just
pull
do
it
that.
out head first and just chop off its head. Brilliant. But she's still like,
No, you're doing it wrong.
it's like, no,
Yes, so
fucking, you were talking about.
she's gonna show them by getting a bat monster to pull it out, which she does, but then she gets attacked by the monster and partially
Attacked by the
affected
monster,
by
and who was
mandrake.
dragging the screaming mandrake towards it as it was dying in midair, and it's right towards her, and she's like, "This is why you have to practice these things beforehand. It's a good thing I did this, actually."
Well, she's partially stupefied. Says, Marcel, why did you do this? I wanted to be a big shot who fell part of the team. Okay.
I did like
I
that. She
like
comes partway through when Chilichuk is apologizing to her for, like, he's like, "Oh, it's because I said you're kind of a burden," and I shouldn't have said that. That was mean of me. And she's like,
if
"Say
if you became injured, you would be a burden. So be careful. Let's watch out for
Yeah.
each other.
these you for do the magic. Everyone's got their own skills. You do the magic. Essentially, just the cooking. Does
You're
not
the
mention what
mage. You're the
does
squishiest.
not-
You gotta be in the back row.
doesn't mention what Leos contributes to the party.
He's
That
he's
does
the
not get
human. Well, you gotta have a fucking tall man. You gotta have like a guy.
He
Just
seems to be providing the money.
yeah, he is kind of
He's
like
bankrolled on this expedition, I think.
he's the team leader. It's like, yeah, but what does he do? It's like he fights. It's like, doesn't
He's the
Vinci also
visionary,
fight?
you know. He has the vision, you know, for getting to the
But I-
bomb, you know.
He's the only one with the constitution high enough to wear full plate. I mean, we gotta have him on the party. We gotta have him on the party.
I feel like
Thank you.
based on this and not mentioning him and mentioning people's skills, and then the next part with the traps is he just sees people in what skills they do.
Yeah,
What
and he brings
specific
them together
skills
and he
they do.
compliments them enough that they follow him around until they go, fuck this, and then leave. Basically seems to be the
No, I'm
case.
saying that's what Chilchuk sees people as their skills.
He does,
That's-
yeah.
Um,
He is very
What are
practical
his
stuff.
skills, though?
Stay in your lane. But the punchline for the Mandrake one, of course, is that Marcel is correct. This is the correct way to pull out a Mandrake because it only tastes bitter when you pull them out of the ground this way.
Yeah, and Senshi kind of going like, you were quite right. I guess I have a lot to learn. You know, it's just like he's not unwilling. He's just not going to listen to you for most of the cooking part, and then eventually go like, oh yeah, you're quite right. They do taste better when you don't chop their head off beforehand. They're less bitter. The scream must get the bitterness out.
Yeah, but a dog's very expensive. I'm not sure I can afford a meal like that.
We'll have to figure out a better method. Sure, but yeah.
I mean, you could do
a really long rope
suggestion of just
having
a
really long rope. Yeah.
Yes.
And stuff your ears. Because like I've seen an illustration of this in an old book one thing. Yeah, the dog is involved for sure, but also you stuff your ears with wax and you like blowing on a horn as well. Like just make sure you've one making a racket to completely cancel it out.
Yeah.
Yes, the third part is explaining traps, and then Senshi gets the idea that, hang on, we could use these traps in cooking.
Because Chilichok is disgusted.
An oil trap, you say? What kind of oil, may I ask? Olive oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil? I mean, it could be vegetable oil. It's most common oil. And saying, we almost died. Stop stepping on the pressure plate.
Yes, because Chilichok had said, like, you just got to step on the same stones I stepped on, and Senshi is very clumsy and steps on what he didn't. And then when he's getting told off, deliberately steps on loads more.
Like a big fucking child, like, what's this one do? Spikes. What's this one do? Fire. What's this one? Oh, fire. What's causing that fire, Chilichok? It's just like, I don't know, fucking oil. It won't stop until you get off the fucking plate. Get off the fucking plate. And he's like, could you show me where the oil is fueling from? It's like, I guess. It's like, it's from over here. It's like a treasure room. I got to undo the trap of that because that'll set off as well and kill us all. And he's like, Can you get it to like come out at a regular pace? I'll tell you what. I'll just catch it in my big pot. And can you get the fire cooking like at a regular temperature? And we're gonna fry up some of this stuff. And Chilichok's like, I can disarm it. I'm not like specifically trying to get it at a regular cooking temperature or anything. It's like, I mean, like, I'm in charge of cooking, so you do what I say in this situation. He's like, God, motherfucker.
Caught me, my own lies, my own logic.
Yeah. But he's also talking to him as if he was a child, is the other thing, because he's a half foot and he looks like a small child.
Yeah. He's kind of bit right. It's like, it's a lot of these kind of these three cabinets everyone's saying, well, Senshi just come into this thing, and I guess he's like gelling in some ways with the group, but it's also this kind of rich like, who is this fucker I think he is? We got a fucking method for approaching these things on.
But from his point of view, is like, who are these motherfuckers? I've been living in this dungeon for 10 fucking years. Like, it's like, this is his stomping grounds, basically.
But I suppose he had no interest in going near Chester and like that. It's just like, for sure, from Candy, the Candy was in there a bit, unless there's some pickles, man. But it's kind of like, saying he's, I guess, being a weirdo loner for so long. He probably has not been around people for that long. He's we learn kind of social cues, because this thing has got a real read on people, and kind of habits and proclivities and how that makes friction, particularly in an adventuring party, but with anybody else you kind of up in life. But usually, almost answer is food will bring us all together. Let's make some tempura from some kakiage from Fires and Veggies. And again, using some good things out of fun. We should got positive basket says it's fun, make some fun batter and fun, get dip these things and get them frying. Oh, it's good.
And again, like, hungry. Despite the advice being, it's like how to skin a mandrake correctly. It's just like that'll do you well for a bunch of veg. Like, all of this is applicable thing. It's not a recipe, it's method, basically. So it's none of it's wrong, despite it being made of monsters and you can't cook this at home.
Yeah. Like while the main three are having like off to one side fun, saying like, when Marcel, when we really value the team fun, he's just in the background going, just like draining the blood from the bat to save for later.
He's wearing the bat later on to be like, oh, that'll be good once it's cured. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Next week it is the living armor.
Ooh. And how are you going to eat that? Well, the answer might surprise you.
Yeah.
That's good. That was fun cartoon. It's just like nice again with breakdown machine, like, we're getting three separate little bits, which have kind of a sort of interconnecting little theme to it. And again, ingredients carrying over from one to the next. It's like, oh, should we just like use the whole thing? Like, don't want to go to waste now, do we? Cooking a dog over this.
And then finally, we've got Undead Unluck, episode 14, Crimson Bullet. Fight so nice they make you watch it twice.
Yep, we got a great like 15 minute episode here, and then 10 minutes. Just...
Like, part of me was just like, did I fucking fall asleep? I feel like I already watched this. And I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. Just for a second, it caught me, basically.
Yeah, this is a little bit like, if Metallic Rouge and Witch and the Beast are going to just kind of throw you in there, if you kind of piece it together yourself. This is actually has no confidence in you as an audience member whatsoever. It's just like, now, if you're watching closely, let's just rewind the tape and see what Andy was doing was this. That's how he, just get that.
Yeah, I was there. I know.
Like, there's a way to do these kind of things. It's fun. Yes, fun. Like, I guess Hunter when it was good. This kind of thing. I didn't see anything a lot.
Yeah.
Joe's Bizarre Adventure, which is particularly kind of fun. Saying how the rules just kind of work is just like, we don't really kind of stop and just figure it out. We kind of just like, we do something action, even do it like in the moment, and that serves as enough of an explanation. And you might get a cutaway to something you read on National Geographic in a dentist's office, but that's beside the point. This literally, but they must have had like, it was on break for a week one before it came back on again.
It was, yeah.
I guess there's something. I guess took a few holidays there over the festive period, and we needed to turn in our homework, and this is what we had. So
you said to fill the page. You didn't say to not repeat myself. So that's okay.
In closing, and he is undead.
Conclusion as long as the rest of the paper. Yeah. I don't think this is going to get as far as I thought it was when the show started.
It was moving along such a nice clip as well. Like, that's a bit of a pity.
Could have had an off week. Could have had an off week. All right.
Yeah. To be fair, this explanation is in the comic. In the comic, however, it takes 2 pages.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, when someone does the Naruto fight explanation in like one speech bubble, it's not like, fucking let me diagram this out for you. It's like, I don't need to diagram out. I saw it happen. The page over, and now the guy's explaining it. Done. We're good. We're caught up. But this takes so fucking long to go over the same shit.
The fucking like crime scene investigation. We're going to have no fun. So they're hovering together in 3D space. So we're going to have fun. The polygon model of Andy and Rip, people on their bats, is like no fun. So you see, Chikara's point of view, it's caught in this cone of vision. So anybody who sees caught in cone of vision is actually, what we can. But Andy's hand is out of his field of vision, so it means you can fire a bullet from his finger and shoot Rip.
And also, if he was behind you when we did the big final attack, that means he could attack you because he was behind you and can still move. And he was only freezing things in front of him. And I was just like, yeah, I got it. I understand how the powers work.
There are clever ways to figure out upon how their rules work. Like upon saying, surprise attacks will get her that you can't see. You're trying to get her from her blind spot, But
if she can see it coming, she can like negate it basically. But if it's random and not necessarily attack, like just splashing blood in her eyes to blind her for a sec, that's fine because that's not an attack. That's again, like working with the rules. That's fine. That's clever. No problem there.
Yeah. That being said, they kind of make up for it when they get away in the whale. The animation of that whale is pretty fucking amazing.
Just a weird fun thing to just witness a fun thing. Yeah, here's our getaway speedboat. It's a fucking fucking
Moby Dick, I summoned you. And initially like, oh fuck, did they get away without Andy finishing him off? And it's like, no, I shot him like through the chest. There's like a hole in his chest. I'm pretty sure we're good. And it's like, you haven't got us this time, Union. And it's like, wait, so did we win or not? It's like, well, Fugo's not dying, so we won. That's a win.
And more importantly, Rip's like, when he gets shot through the heart, he's like, oh my goodness, people like that do exist. Which I noticed in the comic. They explain that in the comic, what he means by that. They don't explain that here. So I assume he'll explain that in dialogue next episode.
Yeah.
Because when they then go to find Chikara to see if he wants to join...
They're waiting for him after school to see if he wants to hang out.
Mum and Dad waiting at the school gates. Who should show up but Rip? But now he's tiny.
Whoa! I'd completely forgotten about this bit of it.
Yeah.
You're
Unless
alive.
you're,
Yes.
And a child? Also, yes. Yeah.
They gave you the Conan poison as well, I see. Yeah, it was the only thing that could save his life.
I can't remember if they ever explained it.
I did. It's some kind of artifact.
Can't remember. Yeah.
Basically, like
Yes.
we reverted him back to like an earlier point in his existence when he
Before
was
he had
not
a
shot
hole
through
through.
the heart, but we kind of held the button down too long or something, and he got a little younger.
We just nipped over to My Hero Academia, borrowed a couple of syringes of that reversing juice, and we're all good. Yeah, not the best Undead Unluck episode. I'm going to say it's the worst one because of that weird choice.
I'll wait for it to come back. Otherwise, it's going to come back. It's going to be fucking like a little gangbusters, fucking little encounter here. But it's like, no, wait, they're both hovering in midair, and you fucking love that because that means you know it's going to hover in midair. They got to touch off nothing, and then Tatiana appears. She's just kind of repelling things, and he's kind of bounce off. And Chikara, who's just like powers to unmoved, well, seems to just not going to move for very long periods of time while you think about what you're going to do next. Finger guns. That's what you're going to do next.
It does it does the fun stuff with that, like with Tatiana, like running essentially in an invisible sphere of force, and telling like Chikara, like, don't fucking look down, you fucking pervert. I have no clothes on. I cannot wear clothes due to my ability. So it has fun stuff with the things, but yeah, it is a lot of a bunch of people in midair not fucking moving. So twice. So yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's everything this week. We've got Bushigiri to add next week, which me and Niall at least have already watched, and it's Aces.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
And let's see as well if Bang Brave Braver and Brave Bang Braver, Bibbidi Bop Bop, is World Look as well, because they put a little bait and switch. I think it's going to be like a very all the promos of it was going to be a very plain kind of realistic kind of military show. But no. Super Robot is right there.
Yeah, like again, I'd watched the trailer and I was like, yeah, these Armor Core looking things, they look all right and everything like that. It's weird that this is from Brave, like, because Brave do, like fucking.
Well, it's not.
Is it a Brave thing though?
It's not a Brave
series.
series.
It says Brave twice in the title. The title looks like a Brave title.
I know it's him. I know it's a Barry, but it's does he want to go to 12 fun? Is everything I do in the Brave series was just detonator or going to Brave 12 fun? Saying no, it's not.
but no, it definitely wants you to think about that when you're watching it. But yes, it's what if Top Gun turned out to actually be an installment of the Brave series. That was the general impression I got from the first episode, without any translation. What translation do you need when there's a silver and red giant robot running around looking cool and making you think of a youth you never had? Because A, you weren't young enough to be watching those shows, and B, you weren't in Japan.
And we're still not, because we're gonna have to wait and see if someone picks this up and get a decent translation.
Oh no, it's
no, it's
going
to be a Crunchyroll this week.
Okay, it is for sure. All right.
Yeah, so you're gonna double up. You get like last week's one and this week's one, or.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's curious. I wonder if they did such a good job of at hiding its truth that people weren't interested in licensing it.
Could be.
Looked at it and go, oh bloody hell, I don't want an AWOL. I don't want an AWOL in 2024. It was bad enough in 1998 or whatever it was. I think that was the show I said no, that could be nobody's favourite on Twitter, and then of course somebody showed up and said, oh, I liked AWOL.
It's the internet, Brian. You knew that had to happen, right?
That's true. Yes, that's true. Righty ho, that's it for this week. We will be back next week with pretty much all of these things again and one more thing.
A bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Righty ho. Maybe I can get it watched in between wrestling matches on Saturday.
Do your best.
I'll do my best. Ta-da for now.
See ya.